Idriss Deby Itno of Chad, hero or villain? The continent was in shock this Tuesday as Chadian army spokesperson announced the death of President Idriss Deby Itno following injuries he sustained during clashes with rebels in the north of the country at the weekend. Deby's death meant a huge change of faith, with the announcement of his death on the day he was due to give a victory speech after winning a sixth term by 79.3% based on the latest provisional results announced on Monday. 24 hours ago, an election victor. 24 hours later, a deceased soldier. According to campaign director Mohammed Zain Badar, the 68-year-old leader opted instead to visit Chaldean soldiers on the front lines in battle against rebels from the front pour la Torrance or la Concorde or the Chad. Report says facts had arrived from their Libyan base and were advancing on the capital, N'Djamena, as at April 11. Tuesday's news provokes a number of questions on the circumstances surrounding his fall, despite being in the midst of over 1,000 soldiers. Most importantly, however, huge concerns abound for soldiers, Nigeria especially, considering the wave of insecurity in the region struggling to recover of Libyan Muammar Gaddafi's death in 2011. This concern is perhaps evident in the reaction of France, with President Emmanuel Macron hailing the late Chadian leader as a great soldier and the courageous friend of his country, while Defense Minister Florence Parly praised him as an essential ally in the fight against terrorism in the Sahel. Deby, a darling of the counter-terrorism community in Africa, contributed men to a UN peacekeeping force, as well as a 5,000-man regional army, G5 Sahel, comprising forces from Burkina Faso, Niger, Mali, and Mauritania. Later on, the Minister Party stressed that the fight against jihadist insurgents will not stop. Opinions also differ on what should truly be the legacy of the Chaldean strongman. Did he die as an hero or a villain? For some, it would forever remain uncommon to find a president fight alongside his troops like a true commander-in-chief, rather than sit back to enjoy the perks of office or travel abroad while his citizens died. And so, dying in the battlefront is nothing but the true hallmark of heroism. On the flip side, does it come very easy to describe Deby, a graduate of Muammar Gaddafi's World Revolutionary Center, as a hero, even though he took power in December 1990 by leading a rebellion against his brother-in-arms, Hissène Habré, eliminated term limits and never left power even after 3 decades until he was killed? As at the time of writing this piece, a curfew is in force in Chad. The country has closed its borders with neighbors, and a transitional military council led by Mohammed Deby, his 37-year-old son, has seized power in a coup d'etat. The Transitional Military Council dissolved the government as well as the National Assembly and has announced an 18-month rule before new elections will be held. Would Chad have been in this situation if its Field Marshal had exited power after 2 terms? On a later date, there would indeed be many lessons to be learned from the fall of this leader. Regardless of what answers are provided, it would be difficult to take away the greatness of such a soldier who fought for his people, one who was a nightmare to terrorists in the region, and one who braved all odds, fear of death inclusive, to secure victory for his people. Is the battle truly over? Africa has to wait. To read more on this, visit www.yninja.com, follow us on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at YNinja for more educative and entertaining content.